now I have to start a new run, basically. Because why not? I was looking forward to the upcoming bathroom break, but not like this. Now we have to wait for a little bit, or we have to wait a little bit longer for that to happen. Also, in case you're wondering why there are, oh my goodness, why are you here? Why is Rhino still here? This game behaves a little bit different from time to time. So normally this guy that I just try to avoid, he's called Reiner. He will accompany me on my flight down to the planet, and he will be a party member that is something that you just saw, that you have been able to see just now. So he is willing to talk to me, but I do not want that, because it obviously wastes time to talk to him, and it's not necessary for the run. So now we are down on the service panel, service floor, whatever it's called. We have to... I'm doing it wrong again. Always takes so long to do that. So now I'm not able to hit that door. Nope, I'm not able. If you are fast enough and if you do not mess that up, you can enter that door that I just tried to do. But now I have to wait for this little robot to open all the other doors for me, because I want to hit that switch and I want to get back into this other room, because now there's a door that opened. It's now open and I can proceed here. Have to do that. Have to do that. And now the exit is blocked, but I don't care, because I have to do it a little bit differently than you would expect. Taking it slow here with the numbers. Putting in numbers in this game is pretty awkward, unfortunately. So there's been an explosion here, and what we find is very surprising. We find a pistol and some cartridges, but we are not able to leave that room, at least not if we really want to keep that pistol. And guess what? We will need that later. It's a very important item that we have to use for a couple of fights, because it's a very good weapon. It deals 30 points of damage. It's a long range weapon, and it increases your skill to use long range weapons, which is pretty cool to have, because otherwise your characters would just not be able to hit anything, because they are just too bad at weapon skills. Now I have to wait for that door to open, and I can go to this room directly, and I have to take the pistol back, and I can leave now. I have to do that if I decide to put the pistol down there, to deposit there and to take it back. I have to take it back, otherwise there would be no such event as the announcement that my flight to the planet's surface is about to start, which obviously proceeds with the story. I will get two announcements. First announcement is just an introduction that the shuttle flight will take place in not a long time from that. But where's Reiner? I still have to avoid him. Now he's here. Still have to avoid him. This is the first announcement. And the second announcement will be soon. Pretty soon. But before we get that, we actually just have to wait for that to appear. but we still have to find something else. We have to manipulate that and get some additional cartridges, not just for safety, but we will use them in a boss fight, and that makes the boss fight a little bit shorter, a little bit faster, if we are able to pull that off. Hopefully the game will not crash this time. It's very sad that the game occasionally crashes. Now we launch. And now we take our flight to the planet's surface. Again. Because we had to start over. Also probably remind me to buy a lockpick. I think I have access to one lockpick there. So my first shopping trip should include buying a lockpick, because it will make, or it will render opening that chest a little bit faster. A lot faster actually. So, a little bit of cutscene stuff, and I do not have any tea left. That's the last portion. No problem. I do not know if this might be the last attempt, because it will become pretty late then if I try and finish the run now. That's sad. I have to take a look at the watch, or at the clock basically, because I have to remind someone of something in 2 hours or 2.5 hours from now. So I have to send a message. Would have been fine if the game would not have crashed, then I would have been able to just do that after the run would have been finished. Can you please start talking? And the game behaves a little bit different, a little bit strange, I would say. Well, let's try it again. Let's try it anyway. So Reiner just complains a little bit about that these people tend to run around naked or half naked. They do not have a problem with that. There's no taboo in concerning nakedness. That's just part of their culture. So they ask us for giving them the metal of our ship, but we refused that because we want to do something else. We want to get thrown out because we need... that was kind of strange. That was a glitch. That was strange. I didn't input anything, but Tom still said wrong text now. Okay, this game is full of such little things. And I'm totally fine with that, unless the game just decides to crash. This is not nice. This is not what I want to see. Okay. Okay, I have to wait. I have to position myself in front of the door so that I'm able to enter it immediately after I'm done with waiting. These mouse controls are strange. So, come on, enter, please. Oh my goodness. I do not have much time left. I have to hurry a little bit with doing that. Okay, in the menu I do not have to hurry, but as soon as I leave, I have to go over here. I have to take that, have to talk to her, have to buy stuff. I have to buy one lockpick. 8 gold pieces. Okay, that's not too expensive. That should be fine. It should be the only lockpick that we need. We buy a couple of torches. Should be enough. Should be enough. 8 gold left. Should be okay. Now I have to wait. Yes. And we are... and we're done with the shopping trip. We have to watch another cutscene. This is a member of the council. It's a council member. He is basically shot just now. And the surprising thing is that there is another human being on this planet, because he's not one of us. He's actually born here on this planet. And the question is, how did human beings accomplish to land on this planet if we are actually the first man on this planet? So the answer is they did not have a spaceship. They used magic for that. And we will learn that by talking to people and paying attention to what they say and reading everything. We will learn that from the inhabitants of this planet. But in the speedrun we will not see anything about that. We will not read anything, we will not see anything, we will not talk to anything or anybody. That is not necessary. So there's also not too much more to that, besides the explanation that there was some magic event that took place and led everyone or a bunch of people to this planet. It turns out that these people have been Celtic people, and they lived on planet Earth, as we all know, the Celts from planet Earth, and they kind of vanished from the planet's surface, from Earth's surface, and nobody has any hint or any clue what happened to them. So this is what happened to them. They left for another planet, actually. They have been led by a guy called Kontos. This is a very important person and a very important name in this game or in this world. This is a thing that we will learn at some point, but yeah, basically something like 1 hour from now or so. Now we have to solve that issue with this murderer. We have to find him, we have to seize him, we have to find clues what actually happened there. We have to find out what actually happened there. So it's not too hard to explain, but just wait a couple of minutes, wait 10 minutes or so, then we will be back to town and solve that issue once and for all. Before we do that, we have to find the murderer. The murderer has left the city. That was just told to us. So we got a hint that he left for the old former building. There's a former guild in the city, and they had their guild house was over here, and we have to go there to find the murderer. Before we do that, we have to fight this monster here. There's a very, very important reason for that. Oh. He stopped attacking this guy. It's not a big deal. It should not be a big deal, hopefully. Now we enter the building. Please. We enter the building, we use a torch, we let Rhino lead the party, and we have to somehow, hopefully, try and... Oh my goodness. No, it's the wrong way. We have to go this way, we have to go this way, we have to get over here. And we have to flee from every battle up from now on until the end. There are only 2 more battles that we have to win No, that's a lie. There are more battles. But we will do a couple of fights just for experience points, to farm experience with one character. Most of you will have seen that before in the previous run, but yeah, all the other fights we will just skip by fleeing from them. Also, there's an optional boss fight coming up. That's the right way. There's an optional boss fight that in the last stream we actually found out that it's faster to fight that guy because he's pretty easy to defeat. And it turns out that it makes leaving this place a lot faster. And the reason for that is because when we kill him, everything in this area will die. Not only the traps, but also the monsters. And yeah, that makes leaving this place a lot faster. I should have saved. No, I didn't. But anyway, good to go. We skipped one fight. That's pretty good. We also skipped... We do not have to kill Drir anymore. So this is the fight we have to win. We have to attack the structure. We have to... We just do that with the pistol and everything is fine. So let's grab the mini bolt thrower and let's grab the Iskite dagger. And yeah, skip that. Now everything is dead because we killed that structure. That was actually a consciousness of the former guild master. And he did something terrible. I don't know if he murdered someone, I don't think so. He did something forbidden. And he was banned from the city, I believe. And he decided to go in here and try to... Actually, he wanted to die, I believe. But he couldn't kill himself. And what happened is that the goddess of the Iskite decided to not kill him, but leave him, let him live and leave him here in order for him to... I don't know where I'm going. I am somewhere and I used the wrong direction. Okay, turn the wrong direction. Okay, leaving this place is a lot easier, but not if you completely mess up and get lost. But it's still easier, because you do not have to flee from any battle, because there's not even one encounter anymore, because everyone or everything just died there. Also, Drir points out, if he would be alive, he would point out that he's not happy with the solution, because he kind of feels that this is an Iskite consciousness that we just killed. And actually several hundred years old, and we just killed it in an instant. So that's not very nice of us, but we need to go fast, so I am sorry. We have to do that. Now we have to use a glitch to... I messed up. Can you go out of my way? We have to use a glitch to take that. Normally you're not able to reach that, but if you move and at a certain I believe there's a frame window or something like that. At a certain with a correct timing, you can just hit the left mouse button, and it will give you a much greater reach to get stuff, to reach stuff, and that allows us to steal that armor, which is very valuable and worth a ton of money. Also, the other stuff we can just sell, and it should leave us with 1095 gold pieces, I believe. Can you please sell that? And that's enough to buy spell scrolls, 92. Okay, no, not a big deal. And that's enough for buying Oh, of course, it's a little bit less because I bought a lockpick. Okay, that's not a big deal, not a problem. We still can do that. We will have enough money left to buy a ship to the next continent, the upper next continent. Where is he? Here. Somehow he is running around in the building, and we have to do that. And now we have to flee. This is an optional boss fight. We can just skip, which is nice. Now we have to watch a little cutscene. They do not want to punish him. He was basically involved in the murder, but the reason is that the guy who got shot, Arkir was his name, he wanted to die. He wanted to hire a murderer to kill him for some reason. And Bradia, the guy who is we just fled from, he is the guy who hired the murderer, and the payment was this dagger, so he got very emotional and upset when he was seeing this dagger again. Now we leave for the next continent, which is called Krotogol. Our party members are not lazy, they're not just lying around on the ship. They learn the language that they need on the next continent, which is Celtic. And yeah, after we arrive there, we will head on to the School of Druids. What we're actually supposed to do, and I didn't talk about that before, what we're actually supposed to do there is we are supposed to get a magical amulet that increases the strength of the man who is wearing it. And it's not a coincidence that I say man, not person, because it's an amulet that makes you more manly or something like that. And the king of this village, the leader of this village, is in desperate need of that amulet because he wants to have children, and for some reason it doesn't work. So he needs the manly amulet. It's basically called the strength amulet. So he wants to have that, and he sends us as a bunch of strangers to the School of Druids to get that amulet for him, because he does not want to send one of his warriors or something, like that, because they would kind of spread rumors that he is a weak person, and he wants to avoid that. So he wants to send us instead of people who knows him. Another cutscene, and we get another party member before we head down into the depths of this school. It's a very little house. So Sierra is wondering, where are all the people? Where is the School of Druids if this is just everything that we can see? Oh, it continues under the ground. And this is a much larger place. So it will get even larger when we are heading down to the next dungeon, which is below this area, or underneath this area. And we get a new party member. His name is Meltas, and he cannot hear anything, and he cannot talk. So if you have Meltas leading the party, you cannot talk to people, because you cannot talk to them. And that's actually pretty nice that the developers thought about that. So now we buy some spell scrolls. Yes, documents. We need documents. We need banished demons. This is the most expensive thing that we get, and because there's a glitch, we will not pay these 300 whatever. Oh, I should buy... Let's do that. 311 gold, that's enough. I should buy the Demon Exodus before, I would say. Also, you're not supposed to lead. Because, guess what? We will kill our entire party again. Because it's faster. It's faster to do it with these flames instead of getting killed by enemies. Ah, he was lucky and escaped the trap. Now I saved the game because there's a possibility that Sierra dies here, and if she dies, the run is pretty much over. Please don't burn yourself, thank you. Now I have to get attacked by this guy. That's very slow. Normally you are supposed to grab that and then I can get attacked again and then I can just leave. Nope, not again. It's hard to get around enemies sometimes. I cannot make it. I have to go another way. Wow. Pretty obnoxious. Okay, let's do this. Very nice. The only thing that was not really working as planned was the fear encounter down there, but everything else was just fine actually. So let's no. So there's no. We do not need the lockpick right now, but we'll keep it for later. So we do not equip Zero with it right now. Please do not kill me, thank you. Okay, there are flames in this room that completely, or that behave completely uncontrollably, unpredictably, and you cannot. Sometimes you get killed by that. Are these guys coming? Yes, they are. We have to get to this corner in order for them to hug the left wall in order for us to get through. Otherwise we would not be able to make it through. As I said, it's hard to get around enemies sometimes. And we have to hit that plate 8 times. And then we have to somehow make it through there without getting killed by the flames. Obviously that is not how you are supposed to do that. I was a little bit too careless here. Can you please go through? Thank you. Not get stuck again. Well, thank you for that. Thank you for nothing. So, open that. Go over here. Again, we have to somehow squeeze ourselves around these guys, which is not possible at the moment. I hate this. Nope. No, that's not right. Nope. Okay. I will take a little bit of time to get through here. Nope, not map, manipulate, thank you. Again, I want to get that. That's a key. I do not have any room left for the key. Doesn't matter. Let's get out. So we do not kill this thing. It only gives you 150 XP, I believe, or only 50. I'm not sure. I'm stuck. I am stuck. I'm completely stuck here. This is annoying as hell, but we made it. Let's get back to this stuff here. Let's unlock the doors and let's do this. Let's save the game. because there are 2 rooms that involve running from or avoiding getting hit by flames. I was completely stuck there for some reason. I am not dead. Okay, I survived that somehow with a little bit of luck. Maybe today's the day where I am not able to do runs. Okay, because sometimes the mouse does not move, sometimes the arrow keys do not move anymore, do not work anymore. Somehow. Stuff happens. Okay, we have to use Banished Demons to kill that creature again. And that was number 1, and we have to kill 4 additional creatures like that. They are here. They are located here. And we have to do that. We have to do that. Very nice. Now we go with this. That's number 1. Try and remember that. Get attacked again, but we flee from that battle. We press floor plates before we continue. We have to flee from that. We have to press floor plates. We have to defeat more of them. That's nice. We want to get... obviously we want to get these encounters. The reason for that is we cannot use the spell scroll to kill the other ones, because they are too strong. They will just absorb the spell or deflect the spell, and it will not have any effect on them. So once more. And then we have to kill the remaining thing, and then we are good to go. Hopefully we manage to find all the floor plates, not like last time. There is one here, there is one here. Still not all of them. Okay. Now we should be fine. Was it this one? Oh, yes. Now I have to search. Now I have to search for the remaining creature. I forgot. I forgot where it was. Was it here? Yeah, very nice. It was this one, and we have to kill that. And we are level 8, which is nice because that's what we are supposed to be right now. We have to find the exit. Here it is, and we have to leave that place. In a casual in a casual playthrough, you obviously would not really want to do that because these creatures are scary and you are unable to defeat them at this point. No. Take it slow here. And please do not get back there. Okay. Light another torch. We took way too much time here. And there is a wall that we can break. And this is the situation where we have been before. This is the place where I've been before. Took a lot of time here to solve that. Remember to heal up, otherwise we will just die. We have to hit that flame. There would be another solution without getting hit. You can use a bucket, and you can fill that bucket with water on the spring that we just passed by, and that means, or that gives you access to this spot without getting hit by the flame. So this time let's do another safety save here. Nice name for that, because if something goes wrong with this encounter, I can just reload that. So Zira should get all of them, all of these things, without having enough room for that. Okay. Let's do this, and let's do this. We do not need this key anymore anyway. So it's the same stupid thing that happened before. Oh no, I almost died there. Can't they just... They're kind of stuck. Okay, it starts again. This run is cursed. They are in the middle of everything. I cannot get them out there. Let's... Did I save here? Did I save here? Oh yes, I did not save there. Okay. Everything looks like a trap. Maybe we can take them out here? No, they're stuck there. Okay, this time it doesn't work. Okay, we have to do that again. To do that again, have to do that again, have to do that again. This again, and I will do another safety save there. It starts again. Okay, I really believe now that this run might be cursed. Or something like that. They are stuck. Yeah, of course you are here, and I do not want to fight you. I want to fight you. Bunch of creatures. Can you please come over? Nope, no chance to get them out there, out there. They are stuck. They are stuck, completely stuck. I cannot do anything about that. They are completely stuck there. What should I do? I don't know. If I do that, they will come out eventually. Okay, that looks promising. I will do another save here, just in case. This is so wrong. That's the right one. Okay, that's a good spot. I forgot to heal. Because in case they did not use Fireball. That is the best RNG that you can get. If they move, then you can just Demon Exodus them away. And you are good to go. Very nice, very nice. Very nice. Let's just leave this place. Let's go away. Let's get out. And let's do this. This, by the way, is the first strategy that I could find to improve the run, to improve the time. And you have to get this. No, oh my goodness. That was very close. I survived that. That was very close. Okay, that was pure luck. And it's not a big deal. I still have to heal, I believe. The problem is I will encounter another group of these monsters, and I cannot outspeed all of them right now. No. What am I doing here? Demon Exodus. And they can cast Fireball on me, I believe. So I wanted to make sure to not die there. Okay, I forgot that I have to turn around and use the door and be done here. Something just... Well, people are just still awake here. It's midnight here. And there are people still awake. And again, in about 2 hours I have to remind someone about something. It will be 2:30 AM. It's a very special occasion that I have to do that, but anyway, so let's see. Hopefully this guy will not be asleep again, but it turns out it's night again, so probably he will be asleep again, so we have to do something about that. Maybe we rest. I'm not sure. Sometimes you get lucky and he will not be sleeping, but he will be on his way to his bed, and you can just talk to him before he falls asleep, basically. So let's hope for the best. Very good movement there, I would say. That was very fast. That seemed to be very fast. Go out of the way. Okay, thank you. Before we do that, we have to get to the king here. He's not asleep, so I might be hope that, yeah. So now we get a permission to leave this continent and to sail away, to take the ship and go to the no... The problem with resting here is that you get this cutscene. Okay, that's very bad timing. I don't know why that is, but for some reason you cannot... no, he is not here at the moment. And the music is wrong. Maybe I have to enter the hut and exit again. Now we have to wait for the ship. Please. Okay, last time it just worked. The ship was there. We just wait for a little bit. The reason why I am waiting inside of this house and not outside is that the time goes faster when you are inside something. Ah, as you can see. Now he will step out eventually, and I can ask, where is this guy? I need to find him. He's in here, probably. Yes, of course. He is already here. Okay. That was very stupid. Yeah, that's our ship to Miney, the next continent. Let's do all that stuff again. And probably save before we enter that East Sky City once again. Okay, let's see. First we have to get our next party member again. Let's get Kunak. He's called Kunak. His name is Kunak. Maybe you pronounce it, or you pronounce it Kunach or something like that. I'm not sure. I don't know anything about pronunciation in this game. No. Mouse controls are so terrible in this game, maybe. Sometimes. Sometimes it's hard to control anything. Yeah. Because the mouse is just moves just too fast. I could reduce the mouse speed, but I don't know. I don't know if this is a good idea or not. Let's see, we have to go here. We have to get stuck, and we have to go here. It's actually pretty easy to find that. Okay, this run is faster than the last one. I think the optimal solution is that you arrive at the ship in the early morning when it just arrives there, so that you can... That's the wrong person. That's the wrong person again. So that you can just talk to him when he steps outside of the ship. Can I leave the room over here? Yes, I can. Thank you. So you can not only get stuck in 3D environments, but also in 2D houses and stuff. You can get stuck basically everywhere in this game. And if not, the game just decides to crash, as it happened in the last run. No, I do not want to enter that. I want to exit the city. And find the second document piece. This time you have a lockpick, so we will be faster by with finding that speed amulet. The speed amulet is a very crucial item, and it will become valuable actually in a couple of minutes when I try to get the last remaining experience points for Sierra to reach level 12. And this will happen in a couple of minutes if the game decides to cooperate a little bit. And this speed amulet makes the run a lot more consistent, especially that farming experience part. The nice thing about this is that he comes down. Normally he does not do that. He will roam around in the upper part. Why is that? I don't know. Okay, let's talk to this guy again. Have to make sure to hit the right dialogue options. Use, please do that. You really have to just run through this part. Now we get everyone killed again to be able to run from battles, from upcoming battles a lot faster, because we just have to click on Sierra and let her run away. That's not the right way. Okay. Did I save? No, I did. The game just crashes again. Something is wrong with the game, I would say. I'm terribly sorry again. Why is this happening? I do not want to practice the first part of the run. I really don't want to practice. The game just crashed again. Something's wrong here. What is different? I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not doing anything else than before. Let's close a couple of tabs here. Maybe it's a memory issue or something. I really don't know. That should be enough. That should be enough. Stupid. I don't know what causes this strange thing to happen. Trying to think about something, but I really don't know. So the run died again. I cannot do anything here. I have to start over. So I basically have to save a lot more often. It never happened before, really. The only thing I can do, I can reload, is this stupid safety save from over here. Let's see. No, not the intro again. Sorry about that. Here again. Maybe I can... I do not get the same RNG. I get very bad on RNG. It's over. The run is over anyway, so... I don't want to see the panic spell, obviously, because I cannot do anything right now anymore. Don't want to see the panic spell. I have to heal up. I have to save again. I'm getting very unlucky with the save states here. I don't know why. I don't want to do all of that stuff again. Okay, now I got best RNG. I don't want to do all that stuff again. I really don't want to. So I decide to do that stuff all over again. Because why not? I really want to hug the wall to get around that, but you cannot hug the wall and get around the corner if you get stuck in the wall. Also, this is new, that I get stuck everywhere. Not just in the former building. Normally I get stuck in the former building a lot, on every corner, every edge, but this time I get stuck all over the place, like also here, which is not the case in other speedruns. It has not been the case in other speedruns. Maybe I should try out a different version of the game. Not entirely a different version, but another release, another variation of the game. Can you please, thank you. Another not entirely another version, as I said. It's the same version, 1.38, but it is a different installment, a different instance of the game. This is the GOG version. This is what you get from GOG, and the other thing is what you get when you download the game, or when you when you install the game from CD directly. I believe. No, not you. I cannot do it. This is wrong. This is so wrong. The run is over anyway. So, it's night time, so we do not have to hurry up. This is very sad. We cannot do anything to speed that up. We could spend more time down into Drino, but I don't think that this is really the solution to that. We already spent so much time there. The sad thing is I really want to show a speedrun. I really wanted to do a run, and a good run. I didn't want to spend so much time doing stuff all over again and again and again. Because, well, that's not how it works, right? It's not how a speedrun should work. Night just started, I believe. Can we just spend so much time here that he will finally get up and go back to work? Oh, I forgot that I have to do this and nothing else. So what this basically means is I should save. Let's just wait here. I should save for before every screen transition, basically, which is not really useful. This is not how it should work. Absolutely not. I'm not okay with that. I cannot do anything about that. I have no idea what causes this. And I also do not have any idea how late it is or what time it is. Does the time even... He gets up. You really have to wait for him to get up. That's probably faster. So where have we been? Okay, we already skipped that. Now we are back on track. Miney. Again, document piece number 2 again. I refuse to take so many safety saves here. Just to avoid the game to crash, or just to be able to do all stuff again and again all over the place. I refuse. It has to work. Maybe I really should use the other version. Sure. Not sure, not entirely sure. We would be happy to have you on our team. Very nice. Go back. There's so much stuff to do still in the game, so it's not nice that it's not really not necessary that the game decides to freak out like that. It's really not nice. I really don't want that to happen. But what should I do? Maybe someone jinxed it. Some last stream someone was telling me that he got a lot of crashes in this area, especially in this area. Maybe we can say that we have to save a lot in this area, but not on the other places. Maybe that's a thing that we can do, we can implement and run. But I already do so many safety saves, so I do not want to do any more or anything that is completely optional, and I don't know. How much time did I lose? 10 minutes? 12 minutes? I really don't know. We will see. I really don't want to start the run completely all over from scratch. I really don't want to. I just want to finish the run. That's it. I want to have new splits, new times that I can run against. That would be nice. And you know what? Let's take a safety save right here. Because... to hit the right button. Because back in the day, when I was playing this game as a child, I really got some crashes right there, right on this screen transition. So this is a known fact to me. This is a known issue to me, but not this thing that it crashes everywhere in this area, this place. Yes, Meltos. That's Darius, Melta's friend. We have to visit him later again. Once again. Let's do that again. We don't need an invitation. But he talks to us like that. It would be nice if you would have a shortcut to use a torch. That would be cool. But nope, we don't have that. I didn't get attacked. I really want to get attacked because there are lots of enemies here and I really want them to kill my entire party. The next the next encounter that I get has not so many of these creatures, and I think it will be slower. Game did not crash, not this time. So it's faster to go this way, and then you go this way. Yeah, it's only one creature, so it would take a lot of time to let this thing kill me. Okay, I have to go this way, I believe, if if I remember correctly from the last run. I have to go this way, I have to go this way, I have to still go this way, and I have to go this way. Already too far, okay. I'm already too far into the dungeon. I took the wrong door there. Well, not entirely wrong, but still have to I still have to find that piece of document here. And now we leave and go to the other chest that leads us to come on. The way is difficult. Finding the way is difficult here. That's completely true. I have to go here to do that. Have to do that. Have to go over here. Now I know where I have to go, I think. And I have to do that. And now I can just do this. I wanted to open with Sierra, maybe. I don't think it's really a difference. It makes a difference, so I don't know. No, it's not a right way. This way. I have to go this way. I have to go this way. I forgot to save. So from time to time I will take these little safety saves here and there, and we are back on track. Hopefully we can make it this time. Let's see over here. Do not get lost this time. Very nice. Open the damn door. And we talk to Kontos again. Now you already know the lore and the story up until this point, so we do not want to get into detail even more than that. So before we enter Sri Malinar, I will make sure to save again. Now this creature blocks my way. I cannot get through. Very nice. Just to waste a little bit of time again, because why not? I apologize. I truly apologize for this stupidness. For this crazy, stupid run. I'm actually very sorry about that, because the run is pretty cool to look at, I would say, and also to do, and also to perform, but not like this. Not with these crashes and stuff, because the run really gets interesting once we are done with this segment. Once we are done with this continent with a Miney, that's how it's called. So the run gets pretty interesting and also pretty intense by entering the depths of Camulon, which is the last real dungeon that we have to do. That's also the reason why we grabbed that amulet. As I said before, we have to outspeed a certain enemy, and it's only possible with the amulet. The amulet is not only for Sierra. In this part, the amulet is for Sierra to outspeed a certain type of enemy. And that makes the leveling up to level 12 a lot faster and a lot more consistent, so that I do not have to do so many safety saves and hope for good RNG. And how these fear creatures can mess up the run, you could basically see that. I really want to have that point. You could basically see that when I wanted to defeat them, this group of fear monsters back in Drino, because that was a lot harder than it should be. Now we have to buy some information. As I said before, now we are at this part that I wanted to talk about. He wants to have 80 gold coins. He tells us about a rumor, or he has some information for us that he wants to share, and it means that we have to go back to Kontos, back to Darius. What he tells us is that there are people planning a plot against Heras, as I already told you. They want to murder him. They are planning an assassination there, and the only way to speed up this process, we are actually supposed to run back and forth from Kontos and Beloveno, and we obviously do not want to do that because it's way too slow to run back and forth a couple of times. The only way to speed that up is to trigger an event that lets this assassination take place, which is talking to Darius. And that's actually pretty mean of the game. Malthus tells you that he wants to talk to Darius, his friend that we just met, and this is the exact trigger that lets this assassination happen. So the fastest way to do that is to trigger that event, to trigger the assassination by talking to Darius, and then you have to make sure you really have to go back to Beloveno to see if the assassination really took place. That's implemented that way because when you save Heras, when you warn him before, so what you are actually supposed to do is you have to go back to Beloveno, warn Heras about the assassination, go back to Darius and Kontos, trigger the event that the assassination really takes place, then you have to go back to Darius and to Heras because he survived. He's very thankful and he gives you a reward. And then you have to go back here, you have to come back here and go back to Sri Malinar, and then you get the next piece of document, which is what we are about to do now. So that's the longest way, or that's the longest option that you can do. That's the longest. Yeah, that's basically the longest way that you can do this series of events. But we want to go fast, so we unfortunately have to kill Heras, and I am heading the wrong direction. I completely forgot that I just told you have to go back to Beloveno, and that's what we are supposed to do now, basically. So do not mess up this. I took a couple of steps in the wrong direction, which is not too stupid, not too hard to overcome by just turning around and getting back. You really have to go back to Beloveno. I tested that. I wanted to figure out a faster way to do that, but unfortunately there is no such opportunity. There is no way to speed that up. You have to follow a certain series of events, a certain chain of events, to trigger the next plot. And the next plot is the people from Kontos are about to attack the Iskai shrine that is located south of Sri Malinar, the Iskai town that we just visited. So that's the next thing that has to happen in order for us to be able to get the second piece of document, or actually the first piece. So that's what we need. We need 2 pieces of document that allows us to finally merge them together and create one document from that, which is basically proof that Kontos is the evil person here, and that he has planned all of this only to get to only to be able to enter the shrine finally, because underneath the shrine there are some minerals and resources, I believe some materials that Kontos needs to perform certain spells or something like that. So that's why he wants to attack the shrine, because normally no one or no human being is allowed to enter the shrine entirely, because the shrine is actually some giant tomb, I would say, that it's a religious kind of sanctuary that the Iskai really want to keep clean from human beings. So there's a taboo that no one is allowed to enter that except Iskai people. And Kontos does not only want to break that taboo, he really wants to have a reason for that. He wants to create a fake reason for that and also convince other people to do that. And that's what he is up to. And I don't really know, but I think he obviously is also behind the assassination, because he intruded I would say, infiltrated, that's the right word. He infiltrated the Council of the Just by placing 2 council members there that are completely brainwashed by him and follow his orders. So these people are gone now. I think these are the people who really try to assassinate Haras, but there's no proof for that. The only thing that happens is when you save Haras, the assassination takes place. He's able to kill the murderers, I believe, and he gets away with his life, obviously, and he rewards you with the now she is able to outspeed even these guys. So you see, the speed amulet really has an effect on the fights, on the encounters, on how the fights go. If Syrah can flee before everything else happens, or not. And not just flee, she can also act before the upcoming enemies, which are fears. So that renders us completely... Oh my goodness, I do not have the warp point. This is basically... that's bad. I need to create that warp point, because I have to come back here once more. And he tells us about evidence. Now we are finally able to put that document together. Now we are finally able to finish that split. Yes. Yes. That's right. Still, yes. Need that point. And now get back out. Now we have to head to the shrine, finally. There's an event that takes place. As soon as you get the document, the shrine will be attacked by people. You can get there before that happens, and the only thing that you find there is a couple of demons that we still want to kill, and that we are still going for to kill them all. But no people there, and unfortunately we'll need to trigger a cutscene there that convinces the people that Kontos is the evil one. What happens next is, I would say, up to you to see in a couple of minutes. So we will finally solve this political affair in the best way possible. Not by killing Haras, that was not the best solution, obviously. Because there's someone in the city who's very upset now and will not help us any longer. But anyway, we do not need the help of this person. Anyway, so it's not a big deal. So now we save again, because it can crash. Now we are able to kill these creatures very fast. We have Demon Exodus, and we can just use it and everything is fine. They are not able to panic us, which is very useful. They're also not able to cast Fireball before we can do anything else. So that's also pretty useful. And the worst part is not fighting these things here, the Fear Ones. So there are 3 tiers of enemies, especially these fear enemies. 1 is the weakest and 3 is the hardest to beat. I have enough Demon Exodus to defeat them, I think. So I still need to finish off all of these encounters except two. There are two encounters that I cannot win. It's this one down there, and this is the first occurrence of Fear 2 that we have to kill with Banished Demon. And the nice thing is we really can't just use that spell. We do not have to use Banished Demons and hope for him to come closer to us, or if he decides to cast a spell, which is Fireball, we hope for him to... Can you please? No, that's the wrong encounter. That's not the encounter that I want. I have to go over here, not too far enough. I really don't want to step between these people, because that would mean that that would trigger the cutscene actually, which means Tom, who has the document, will be revived, and if I encounter these things with Tom in the party and beat these guys with Tom in the party, I will not get that much experience. So I will get less experience points. I do not have any Banish Demon anymore. Oh well, I have. I actually have. Let's do this. Because we do not need... Where is it? I do not need Banished Demon anymore, so good to go. I do not need any of these anymore, I think. So I reached level 12, this is very nice. Let's save the game again, because why not? And now we did it without any crashes, so that's very cool. That was the right spot. And these are the people, they have a debate on whether Kontos is the evil one. We have the document, so we can prove that, and we do not want to enter that. We do not want to do that, and we want to flee. Tom is not faster than these guys, so now we leave. Everything is done here, and what happened there is, if you... Whoopsie, I'm sorry about that. I hit the microphone. I hit the pop filter. Can I even do that? I don't think so. I think that was wrong. Oh no, maybe not. I can still get over here. I think, yes, that was right. Okay, what happened there is Kontos actually left or fled into the shrine, so he entered it. Obviously he broke the taboo, and Isekai people got upset and followed him. And if you enter the shrine, you can... There's one floor, and then there's a staircase, you can get down there. There are a couple of treasure chests that contain gold, I think, and nothing really useful, so basically only gold. And there are also Isekai people there running around searching for Kontos. Obviously they are not able to, or for some reason they are not able to find him. And then when you are done there, you can leave. And as soon as you want to exit the shrine, Kontos will attack you immediately. So he has a couple of strong spells. He's a magician, and he has spells like Fireball and Thunderbolt, I think, and stuff like that. So he has Thunder Magic and Fire Magic, and also Steal Life and stuff like that. So these are all spells that we will encounter later in the game as well, when we head into the depths of Camulon, the second last dungeon, or as I always say, the last real dungeon of the game. So let me see if I can do that correctly. I have to get around this building, and I have to get around this building, and I have to enter it. So this is the next part. We have to talk to him, and he tells us that he can give us access to the next part. Yes, I want to leave. Please, can you select the right option? Yes. Okay. Unfortunately, Sierra and Meltas do not want to leave. they want us to get that stuff, and I want Drill to get that. I think I can leave the rest, and I have to get that. Oh, that was wrong. I don't know. I don't care. And I leave mining. Now we head on to the next part of the game. So yeah, Kontos is not easy to beat, I would say. You cannot also flee from the battle, I believe. And prepare for a long cutscene where we just walk. Yeah, but we do not need to enter the shrine and defeat Kontos. Obviously we can just leave the continent because we solved the issue. Just write a message. And yeah, let's make sure to not forget that I want to write a message later in about 1 hour or so. Okay. Next cutscene. This is Nemos. If you don't recognize him, it's not a big deal, but we have seen him before. He's the leader of the druids back in Krotogel that we just met, that we just solved. The part that we just solved. So yeah, he's also the leader of this people. They are called Kontos. So that's the reason why Kontos is a really important part of this world. So now we leave. And unfortunately Rhino leaves us again, or as well. Not only Sira and Meltos, now also Rhino is gone. We are not very upset about that because Rhino is just the worst character in the game. When it comes to carrying stuff or fighting stuff, he's just basically too old for that, I would say. He's really old. So now we have to... We are not fully healed. I wonder. Did we forget something? I don't think so. I don't think that we forgot something. I hope so. What we are doing now is we head back onto the Toronto. We go back to the Toronto to talk to our people, to convince them to not just exploit the planet and take the resources and destroy everything in the process. We want to convince them to not do that, to take responsibility and to be careful with this planet. So let's save, because things can go pretty wrong. Let's hit up a torch, let's light up a torch, and let's run through the rock tunnel. It's hard to do when you get stuck everywhere. There are also enemies in here, as you can see, but they are not too terrible to overcome by just running away. And I have to make sure to not run into the wrong direction. That's the right direction. I can do that, I believe. Please get around this, and we are done here. Okay, now we are healed, and we head back to Toronto. Next part is called, or next split is called Joe Console, which means we have to meet Joe. And this is also the part where the bathroom break is nicely placed in between. I lost so much time. I lost so much time back in Rhino, and because I had to do that stuff, I had to do that part twice. This is pretty bad. So, we meet again. We meet Christine again, our girlfriend, but that's the last time that we see her. even in a casual playthrough, I would say. I'm pretty sure about that. We will not see her again. So we are not able to talk to our people, as you can see. We are we get something that makes us very sleepy and dizzy, and then they bring us to basically a cell, and we are trapped. We are locked in here, and we cannot get out. So we have to wait for something to happen, and before we do that, I will just go to the bathroom. I'm back, and I'm not too late. It didn't happen yet. It will happen pretty soon. Pretty soon, I believe. Let's get some sweets. If you don't mind. I didn't eat something for a couple of hours, so yeah, there he is. So, this is Joe. You're actually able to find him or to see or to meet him first on the Toronto, but we never did that because it's just a waste of time. But now he plays a big role in the speedrun and in the game itself, and beating the game, which we will see in a couple of minutes. Hopefully the game will not crash again or do something stupid. What you are normally supposed to do here is you have to find some piece of paper where somebody has written codes onto. So you need to find the code for this door, and it is, so the mouse controls are pretty, I just go with that. The thing is, you need to find that code, and yeah, that's basically the idea of this whole thing here. 17. This is a code that Joe still knows because he's one of the tech people. He knows the codes for the surface panel. And we are about to... Oh, I'm always confused with that room. I have to do that. So this is one of these little guys who can open doors by pressing floor plates, and that's what he is supposed to do now. He will let us through. Then we have to basically hit that switch as soon as the wall disappears. Now we have to hit that switch, and we have to turn around, and we have to run all over here and have to hit the other switch, and then this breaks the wall. So then we have to go this way. Let me think. Ah, yes. Nope, that's not right. I knew it. You have to be very careful here not to step on the wrong. Now the things, the walls have gone down. We have to manipulate this. Now we have a little bit of time to reach all these switches. I always hold down the run button and give 2 little inputs there to get that. So let's see, if you go, where do we have to go? Sorry, I have to check. Ah, we have to get through. I was confusing it again. Come on. Here we are. Okay, that was right. Okay, I was a little bit lost there. So the wall instantly collapses. We have to go here, and we have to find another one of these little robot friends. Here he is. This is our new friend. We have to take him back to this big room, and there he has to do something for us. He has to step on floor plates again. If he really wants to come with us, that would be nice. Come, please, come with us. Come with us. Obviously, these creatures can also get stuck in a wall or something. So he has to press floor plates. He has to go step on this one. This is the sign that everything works. Now he has to step on this one, and he has to step on this one, and then the door will open, finally. Oh, it does. So now we have to enter next code. Which is this one. And then we are good to go. Almost done here. Have to hit the console, have to examine it, and have to give it a try, and then we are good to go. Yes. Now we get a little cutscene. What they are doing, or what they are trying to do, is that they still want to convince the people. They want to send a transmission with this console to all the terminals on the ship, so that everyone and every person belonging to the crew is able to see what is happening on this planet. Unfortunately, there is an AI that controls the ship and that blocks access to the console, so the transmission could not be sent. So, because of the AI knowing that we are actually enemies that are located on the ship, we have to flee. And they managed to escape by using a fireball to stop the AI body to shoot them. And we are back at the Kontos place. Next part is we want to buy some spell scrolls again. Yeah, that's right. We get a little bit of gold, which is nice because we need to buy something. We need to do a little shopping trip and buy some spell scrolls that are pretty expensive because they are casting a very, very powerful spell that we will need for defeating an enemy or a couple of enemies that we would not be able to defeat otherwise. And what do you know about spell scrolls? I have to write that down. Yes, we are interested. Can you? Thank you. Harriet, you need to buy them. So 150 gold. Let's watch closely on the gold. I did not pay that much. Well, I did. So the gold might be divided equally among the party members, but I'm not sure. Let's just equip the speed amulet. Oh, I forgot to split. That's actually supposed to happen. So now we are heading back to the desert place because we need to find the knowledge of metal making. And we need to make some preparations for that. Before we do that, we need to go here and enter that door. Can you please enter the door? Let's try and remember what we have to do here. First we have to talk to the guild master. This is the guild of metal makers. Is this the right person? Yes. So what do you know about key? We need to have a key. And we have to talk to Zbeno, by the way. Obviously. We need to find a key. There's a dungeon over there and that leads to a pretty big cellar again. And in the cellar, down there is waiting a person. There's a person down there that we need to ask about the knowledge that we need. The metal making knowledge. His name is Kosotto. We still have to figure that out, but we already know that, obviously. So we want to visit the test chambers. We have to ask him about test persons. We want to become test persons for his test chambers. We are prepared and we are careful, and then we get the key. And he disappears. Okay. He just disappears. Why not? No. I want to save. Okay. Just a safety save. Let's see if I can still do that. Hopefully I can. Stealth section. I should follow that guy. I have to follow that guy. This is a stealth section. And that was wrong. I'm sorry. I have to remember. I cannot remember that pattern. I'm so sorry. This is so stupid. I have to wait for him to come down again, and then I have to go past him. Because otherwise, there would be another person that appears, and yeah, they will finally see you. So now he comes back. And as soon as he starts to head on over to that place, I can go that way, and then it's done. Okay. I have to do that because I have to find out a secret word that they use to perform a ritual that is necessary to be finally able to mine something, to take minerals out of the mountain, I would say, or out of the ground. Otherwise, the goddess would be upset and would basically the mining process would go wrong and people get hurt and stuff like that. They are also very religious people, and they believe that mining is not you're not able to divide mining with and magic. So magic is involved in this. Let me think of something. Nope. It's basically not. That's the right one. I have to talk to them because, again, no one shall pass. But as soon as we talk about political affairs, everything will be fine, and we will be able to pass. So, give an important message. Then we need to ask him about Kosotto. This is the name of the guy who is down and hiding down that cellar that we have to visit just now. Okay. I hope I just didn't mess up the cycle. There's a very important movement pattern here. And we are done with preparations. Now we head on to this stuff here. Well, actually I don't care. I can just do that. I will follow the notes. I do not know if it's necessary to have Harriet leading the party here and being the only one surviving, because there's a fight upcoming. But I think it's not too stupid, because we need her to perform a spell as soon as everyone starts to get tired again. We do not want to rest, because it just increases the time. So I want everyone to die. Actually, I don't want to die, because okay, I got lucky here. Let's save the game. I did a mistake. I wanted to avoid that fight, actually, because these creatures tend to inflict status elements on you, and the worst thing that they can do is they can make you insane. They can turn you insane, which means the person who's insane cannot lead the party anymore. But we need Dre and Tom still to lead the party at some point. We need Drew a lot to lead the party, because he is the fastest one, especially with the speed amulet. But we also need Tom again, because he's the only one who can communicate with Joe. And if a person does not know the language of another person, you cannot talk to that person. And you need Tom to lead the party once again, only once, for him to talk to Joe to make Joe your party member when you go to the Toronto for the last time, for the final time. That's the reason why we do not want Tom to be insane, and also Drew not to be insane. Why do I do that? I'm not sure. I want to avoid these creatures, and this is not what it should do. This is not right. Normally you are... I think that's right. Let me see, let me check. think that's right. Or did I do something else? Did I do something right? Not sure. I think that's right. I think that's the right pattern. The left and the right one should be down, pointing downwards, and middle one should be pointing upwards, I believe. Because that leads to some spikes being down, which means I can pass that hallway spot and proceed. I can still remember the next part. Hopefully I get it right. Okay, these spikes are down. That was the reason why I used these levers. Now I have to cast Recuperate. Somewhere over here. Recuperation. And I have to make Drur leading the party because there's an upcoming fight that only Drur can escape. The other ones will just die. Again. Can you stop and hit? Please kill me. Thank you. I need to take that key. I don't want to be attacked again. Very nice. Now I have to go back here. I have to use that key to open the chest that contains another key. So this is basically the point of this dungeon. Oh my god, there was no attack dialogue. I cannot. This is so wrong. I cannot get away. I can. Okay. Finally, I want. Please. Please let me through. This also never happened before, by the way. That was very strange. Okay, next key. And I want them to come down to be able to get through here without having to fight this glitched fight again. Oh my goodness, this game is so broken somehow. It's actually not that broken. If you play it casually, you will not notice you will not notice that much glitch stuff. But if you're doing a speedrun, you will notice that because you're playing the same parts over and over again. Obviously. Oh yeah. So, next part. I cannot get through, okay. I don't want to save. I need to be over here and I need to take it slow here. Bring them over here. All of them. Because I need to get around them and there's no other way other than that. If you face them right here, the bucket is still in the way and you cannot pass them. So you could take the bucket and drop it afterwards, but no. That's easier, I would say. So now we have there's a really nice part coming up. We have to enter a room that has a lever in it that we have to pull, basically. The only thing that prevents us from doing that is sometimes, or at a specific time, the lever is just not there. It just disappears, and it only appears at a certain time of day, which is from 8 to 11 a.m. I believe, and We cannot do anything to speed up that process, but the only thing that we can do is we have to stay here and wait, and hope that we do not have to wait too long for this thing to appear. But I think we have to wait a very long time, because I believe that the lever just disappeared. Unfortunately, we do not know the time, because we didn't grab a clock. There's a clock, there are actually 2 clocks that you can find, but we don't do that, obviously, because it's way off the route, the fastest way to beat the game. Yeah, I think we have to wait for a whole day there. That's very unfortunate. So, you can basically take a bathroom break, grab something to eat or to drink, or do whatever you want, because it will still take a little time for that thing to reappear. Hopefully it will not take too long, but I think it will, because I really believe that I have to wait for a whole day here. I'm not sure how fast the time goes here. Something like 1 hour should be one in-game hour should be not 1 minute but 2 minutes. I'm not entirely sure how much time you have to. Oh, yeah. How many seconds apply to how many in-game minutes or something like that. I really don't know. But obviously the level was just there, I believe, but we took too long with the glitched Warniak fight. These flying creatures are called Warniak, by the way. So I think we took too long there, so the lever just disappeared and we have to wait for it to reappear, which takes a whole day. Which is a problem in a speedrun. The last time I did a run, I didn't have to wait for that long, because I was not able to get into the equipment maker guild house after I talked to that person in this house with the security guards in front. I had to wait for the door to reopen, so I waited for an entire night until daylight, until it was daylight again, until sunrise, and then I entered this dungeon. So I kind of that was a better option, I would say, better solution. So staying here a whole day is pretty insane, because outside of houses and outside of 2D environments you can wait. Actually, only in cities. Yeah, only in towns you can wait, and yeah, we could use that to our advantage, I would say. But I tried it this way because I believe that in a speedrun, in a segmented speedrun that was done by Afox many years ago, I could see that he entered this room and the lever was just there. So basically he was doing something right. So that's the whole thing that we have been waiting for here. Now we go to the next room where we have to hit another switch, or where we have to pull another lever, and then we can finally enter the 3D dungeon, which is the real dungeon here. Everyone is getting tired. Why is because I had to wait so long, I believe. I had to wait for so long. But that doesn't mean anything. We can still go on and solve that. Just try to remember. Okay, the next step will be get the metal making knowledge, get back to, I think the lever opens the store, by the way. Get back to the Kontos, I'm not sure. No, I'm not. We don't head back to the Kontos, I believe. We head back to, yeah, we don't do that. We head to Miney instead, directly to Miney. We go back to Sri Malina and get back Sira and Meltas. Yeah, but before we do that, we'll just save the game. Because, why not? Ooh, I could squeeze myself around that guy. Pretty nice. Oh my goodness. Can you please? Thank you. And now we have to find our way through this maze here. And everyone is still getting tired. I don't care. I think I can squeeze in some rest there. I was confused a little bit. I have to go this way, I have to go this way. Don't worry, I still know the way, and I have to find... Here it is, Kosoto. And we know the magic word, it's a Mayudanu, and now he gives us the thing, the knowledge, the scroll. It's basically a scroll that contains some written words on it, which is the knowledge. Basically I have to go this way, I have to go this way, go this way, and I'm stuck. I am stuck. Because I turned the wrong direction, into the wrong direction, okay. This room, I missed this room, and I want to go here. Get out of here, please. Just please. So now we forgot to split. Now we have to get attacked by this guy, because we want to squeeze ourselves around that thing, and then we can exit this dungeon. Finally. Oops. Wrong button. In the first, by the way, the first chest that we, where we used that glitch again to grab that key, it was surrounded by these knives. In this chest there was also a cellar map. It's called cellar map, and it's basically a map of this whole dungeon here, of this 2D part of the dungeon, which is really helpful in a casual speedrun, because you really can lose track on where you are here, because everything looks almost the same except some of these rooms. You can get lost pretty easily, I would say. So be sure to grab that dungeon map. But in the speedrun, we obviously do not need that, because we know the way. The only sad part is that we have to wait for this lever, because I think I was doing something wrong. Maybe I took too long with the Warniaks, as I said. Hopefully they will not disturb us any. They will not disturb us anymore. Again, hopefully, they will behave, and we can just leave this place. Again, everyone is getting tired. I will do something about that later when I exit the city, because that's how the speedrun should be, because that's what we can find in the notes. We have to heal Harriet, and then we can use recuperation again. We have to heal Harriet because we need her to be alive, because we need to use a teleport cave, and we need to enter that cave, and the only way to enter that is to use her amulet with the door. And you can only use items that are in the inventory of the leader of the party right now, and the only people who can lead the party are the ones that are alive and not unconscious, like they all are right now, except Drew. So the sad thing about that is you cannot give the amulet to another character. You really need Harriet to be alive, because she will not give it away. She just refuses to do that. And that's the problem that we have, but we can still do that because we have some healing potion. I believe we took the healing potions from Sierra before she left, and that's how we revive Harriet. Because no, I don't want to talk to you. No, I still don't want to talk to you. The only way to revive people is by using potions, obviously, but you cannot do that in battle. So I still have that one. Outside of battles you can do that, and I want to use the recuperation again, because that's how it works. And I only use that recuperation not to heal my party, but to avoid getting this "everyone is getting tired" message again and again. That's the only reason for that. Now I can use the Amulet of Goddess to enter the cave, and now I am good to go. To Miney the North. What an experience. Now you notice that. It's a lot of fun to do that. Why is it night time? I don't know. I also don't know why I run into this thing here. Why I did that. Please go away. Okay, we have to... I don't know who has to lead. I think Tom has to lead the party, I'm not sure. But anyway, we have to flee from every battle that we encounter, that we see. But do not worry, our characters will die in a couple of minutes again, with only Drur being the only one to survive, because he's the fastest. And we will need that later, because without him being able to outspeed a certain enemy, we could not finish the run. We could just not finish it. Because there's one enemy blocking our way, and we cannot get around that. And we have to be able to run from that. The strategy that we used before we found out that we could take the speed amulet to outspeed that enemy is we took the power amulet, which has an effect that it increases your strength, which is not helpful, but it also increases your life points by 25, which means Drur would have 50 life points, I would say, I believe, and this allows him to survive one attack of this specific enemy, which is a magic attack that always deals around 30 damage or so. So the only way to survive that is by using that amulet, which increases the life points. So you encounter that enemy, you flee, you get hit, and then you have to heal. And every time you face that enemy again, you have to heal Drur, which obviously takes a little bit of time. And with the speed amulet, this is just more consistent and also faster, a lot faster. So that's why we decided to use the speed amulet. Here they are. We have to take them back. Yes, we want you to be in our party again. Very nice. Welcome back. And now we get to the Kangit Camulos. That's how the clan or the guild of assassination is called. They're also called the fire worshippers because they worship a god that is called Camulos. And guess what? We are about to kill that guy. So we are about to battle a god. For real. And we have to win that fight. So there's a specific strategy where we have, how we are actually doing that, and this reminds me of something that I still have to do. So I took the wrong direction again. I still have to do something in here. I completely forgot. Okay, I have to go this way. And before, talking of battling gods and stuff, reminds me that we still need that spell that Sira has to learn. The reason we leveled up to, we brought her to level 12 is the only thing that we have to do with that is we need to learn that spell. That's the only reason why we're doing this. And we have to buy some potions. Who has to carry them? I don't know. Let's do this. Let's buy some violet potions. We should have enough gold. Should have bought the blue ones before. Let's buy some blue ones also. No. Let's buy some turquoise ones. Yes, that's right. And buy some blue ones again. Also. Okay, that's enough. Now we do not have any gold left, but we have enough potions. So this is the only way that fighting or defeating these bosses works. The first boss is actually a mini boss. We only need to defeat that creature, that guy, because he has a key that we need. We want to grab that key. We need to grab that key to proceed. And the next boss that we have to face is this so-called god. I think he actually is a god. I do not know why we need to keep everyone alive here, but we still do that. Maybe we need to figure that out if there is a better solution or a faster one. But who should kill our characters? I don't know. Not these Warniacs, because they can make you insane, but other creatures maybe. Maybe these Krondirs that we just met. I'm not sure. Okay, now we head on to the underground city Camulon, which is the headquarter and the home of the Kangit Camulos, which is a cult, I would say, a religious group that has been formerly before they turned into a cult of assassins, they have been also druids, like we've just met before. They also have been druids of Ariano, actually, but they split and there was a battle and a war some 400 years ago, I believe, and yeah, the druids kind of split up and divided into the group that is still located in Ariano and teaches people how to read and how to use magic and stuff. Pretty kind and nice people. And the other group, the fire worshippers, who just run around and murder people for money. That's basically what they do. They have a very, very religious approach on life. So they say you do not deserve death if you do not take death in battle, combat. Oh, that was the wrong option. You have to take the second one. We have come to make an offer. And the offer is we give you money and get the high knowledge. Obviously, as you could see, we do not have any money left, but it still doesn't matter. If you come here, the G Kontos actually give you 1,500 gold pieces to pay for the high knowledge. This will never happen. Even if you do have loads of money, it will not happen that you can just buy that. So it's better to come here without any money, because money still weighs something. You cannot carry an unlimited amount of money around. You still have to pay attention to the weight. And the sad and inconvenient thing that happens here is you cannot leave this place. Except by beating it completely, by finishing it. So now, guess what? This is another occasion where we just have to wait. Because there's a hidden switch over there. This torch is actually a hidden switch. There's a hidden switch behind it that you can use, that you can just trigger, and it makes the wall disappear so that you can enter the inner parts of Camulon. Because Kunyak also points out that these people will not accept the offer, and we will not be able to convince them, because he knows them, because some years ago he was one of them. And yeah, he indicates that we try and find a way into the inner parts to talk to the leader of this group directly, to try and convince him directly without having to talk to other people and that can still make decisions and decide otherwise. So we want to emphasize the heat of the situation, because it's really, really dangerous for all of these people, because the Toronto still continues to mine and to do bad things to the planet. We really have to wait for this guy to leave the room, otherwise he will just prevent us from hitting the switch by saying something like, hey, this is my room, keep your hands to yourself, or something like that. I can understand that. If someone goes into your room and touches everything, you would be upset too. Finally, he's gone. Now we can go into the inner area. Unfortunately, it's not that easy, because we will get caught. You have two options here. You can surrender, or you can refuse. It's obviously faster to not. To not try and defend yourself, but to just surrender. Forgot to split. I completely forgot to split. Now we have to find a key. Somewhere here is a key, and we have to flee, and we have to make this guy kill everyone. Which is pretty fast when he uses his... I don't know what he has. I think he has a bolt thrower or something. And you can defeat these guys, but in a casual playthrough, but they are hard to beat. The only thing that really hurts them is magic. I have to do the key, and I do not need these. It's not worth it. These single potions are not worth it. I have enough potions for the rest of the dungeon. The only part where I need these potions is where I have to use magic with my magic casters, Meltas and Kunak. So I have to make sure that they are alive as soon as I reach that spot. And I will do that with Harriet's recuperation spell as well. So that's pretty straightforward. Oh, I forgot that there is an enemy, or two enemies actually, so I have to manipulate that. Flee from battle again. Proud warriors as they are, so I have to continue my walk through. So I have to make this flame follow me, unfortunately. You can die here, I believe, when you hit the flame, but as soon as when you wait there, it will not happen. Anything will not harm you again. So we have to hit these switches to turn them on, and as soon as they reach these lanterns, whatever it's called, torches, it will open the door. Now let's go and fight this guy. Flee from that guy, I believe I could say. No, it's wrong. You could avoid that fight if you are fast enough, but anyway. So let's save again. No, not quite. Still have to go this way, I believe. And that was wrong. I cannot remember the layout here. It's stupid. Of course I took the wrong direction, so I have to do this and then I have to save. Because this is the most annoying part of the run, I would say. And the hardest part when it comes to 3D movement. Wait for a little bit, open the portcullis, wait for a little bit, open the portcullis, run for your life, and I got... That's wrong. That's wrong. That's wrong. I'm wrong. I took the wrong direction somehow. Now I have to try and be fast. Okay, can do that. No. Okay, run away and go in here. These flames are coming closer. I have to focus. I have to be faster than these flames. I want to get away, please let me through. Okay, good. I did it. Okay. Next floor. Pretty easy. And the mini boss fight is the next thing that comes up pretty soon. I have to step on this and I have to wait a little bit. So as long as I step on this floor plate, the lights will turn on, and as soon as every torch is lit up, the door will open. Unfortunately, I still have to wait here and get attacked a lot of times, a couple of times. So that's the sign that the door is open. You can hear that pretty easily, and we have to go in here and hit to the other side of the room, where we have to find that key that I was just talking about. There's a guy called the Beastmaster who is hiding somewhere here. Well, not really, over here. So we have to open that door and fight him. But before we do that, we will heal Harriet. Use her magic. Reconsider our battle positions, but still not. No, we have to make sure. Okay, Let me think of something. Let me try and see. Let me do something. Let me see. Oh, okay, she's still faster. I believe that's okay. I will do a safety save, and then I will fight that first mini boss. Come on. Bring it on. We will use magic. Ah, I forgot something. I can do something very useful, I believe. Let's try and do that. Last minute decisions. Pretty cool. He will use Goddess Wrath, and she will also use Goddess Wrath. Nope. Okay, pretty fast. Using Goddess Wrath will kill these guys. It's the lowest spell level, I believe. That's very cool. She can use it. Okay. Okay. Oh, no effect. No effect. No effect. I will give Drir all of these so that he can use that. Hopefully this guy will not do anything stupid. She is about to cast that again. I could also cast it on this guy, but hopefully he will cooperate and die. Thank you. Okay, this fight... Oh, I forgot something. Stupid. I'm completely forgetting that I have to attack this guy. Otherwise we would not be able to defeat him. Obviously. So, one more Thorn Snare and it should be enough. Maybe once more. How many spell points do we have? Not... Okay. Do not have any more spell points, that should be enough. Now we kill the Beastmaster with magic. Oh, and we have to keep track on our magic points, because as soon as Meltas or other people get too low on magic points, they will stop using spells. And if you force them to do, if you select the spell again and force them to cast the spell, they will also use their life points for that. But it's not necessary. We have enough spell potions or magic potions. Controlling this with the mouse is way too hard. Shouldn't be that hard. So, use magic fireball again. We do not know how many hit points he has left, but I don't care anyway. Should be fine. Once more, I believe. I'm not sure. Oh, Kunak still has to... I think you have to heal Kunak once and then two more turns or so. Then it should be done. 7 damage is not too high, but 22 damage is okay. Once more. Please die already. Still not dead. This is a very... Just heal Kunak also. And we have blue potions all the way to carry them all the way to the next boss, and we will use them on the next boss. 8 damage, so the spell level increased a little bit, so it will deal more damage. The highest amount of damage that a small fireball can do is, I believe, something around 20 or something. I'm not sure. Yes. Still not dead. Okay, this guy is harder than I thought. Now we need to grab the Beastmaster key, and we need to run away here, because we do not want to fight these creatures. We could run from them, but that would be slow. There was doors somewhere here. Here it is, okay. Next floor. We have to save, I believe, because I'm not sure what is here. I think I have... No, okay. Now, yeah. Now everyone dies again. Because we have to do this. And this is the reason why... And I do not want to forget that. This is the reason why we need the speed amulet. As you can see, Drill's speed really is outrageous. He can flee, but everyone else will just die by this one spell or two. Okay, but this is not terrible because we can just flee, and that's way easier than what we did before that. Okay, I think it was there. Nope, it was there. I forgot. But I'm not scared anymore because I can just flee from them. Everything is fine. Okay. Now we have to hit another switch over here. Can you please enter the door? Do not get stuck into the door. Oh my God. Stuck inside the door. Please. Somewhere there was a switch. Somewhere there is a switch. And we just run away from them again. The sad part in this section here is that you cannot close the door. That would be nice. If you could just close the door. Oh my God, I want to survive, please. What is happening here? Let me save before I continue, because one step into the lava and I will be dead. Also one accidentally, yeah. If I touch these fireballs I will also be dead instantly. I have to wait for the next fireball to appear in order to make the floor, the damaged tiles disappear. And this is it. Next spot, and here she comes. Here she comes. Here she comes. But I don't care anymore about you. You are not deadly anymore. Okay. Very careful here. Getting stuck again. Very careful here. I do not dare to run that much. I have to, but I do not dare to run that much because I do not want to hit the lava tiles, obviously. Yes, 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 you have to attack me, but I still have to figure out how to do that. Okay. Maybe, okay, I have to wait for the next one. Oh, of course you have to fight me again. I have to do something else here. I do not want to deal with you, little one. Okay, now we activated all the structures, all the floor plates, which means that we can get attacked again. Please don't reappear, fireball, thank you. I just save here. Because why not? Because I can get into kind of a frantic movement, which means yes, I died. That was too close to the lava. Well, do it again. Oh, sorry. Sorry. Didn't mean that. Didn't mean it. Okay, we can do that. It's pretty strange. Yeah, okay. Now, finally, we are able to get through, and we are able to get to the next section. It's pretty stupid here. Okay. Giant flame, we have to hit the switch. We have to go down the staircase and into the next floor. Now, there's a little puzzle section here. We have to hit a certain amount of switches in the right order in order to find, or in order to open the entrance. Let's just save again. So, Here we have to be very, very patient. And on the last instance you have to leave. You have to run backwards. And then we can just proceed. Very nice. It's not that hard. It's easier than it looks. Because you really have to just wait for the flame to disappear and then you're good to go. I need to go this way. I need some light here, please. Can't see anything. Okay, I have to squeeze myself around these guys. Hopefully I can. And now there's a section that is very loud to the headphones. And I'm very sorry about that. I cannot do anything about that. I want to go through here, I believe. Please open the door. I have to wait for these portcullis to just open. I have to go through here. There's also another speed amulet somewhere here, but I do not need it. I do not grab it. Yes, that's the right way. That's the right way. Now another attack by these guys, and hopefully I can reach the other next thing. Yeah, okay. Okay, I can reach this. You do not have to feel the flames. They cannot pass these torches. They're just stuck there. Yes, you have to fight me, and I have to wait here for the portcullis to open. Please, thank you. Nope, that's not right. No, that's not right. No, that's not right. I have to go through here, I have to go through here, and I'm done here. Now I have to search for a certain wall. That's the wall that I was talking about. And now I can just leave this place. That was pretty straightforward. Okay. This area is also... No, that's not right. That's not right. Wait a minute. I am lost. I am lost. Completely lost. That was the right way. That is not the right way. No, it's not. But almost. I almost got it. I almost got it. No, it's not right. This is the right way. My God. Ah, oh my goodness. Okay, that's safe. I am sorry I got lost. It will, maybe it happens again, but I'm not sure. 1, 2, 3. Then we go 2 tiles forward. Then we go 3 tiles in this direction. Then we go 1 tile over here. Then we go all the way here. Then we go to this section, this tile. Then we go here, and then we are done. Pretty cool. That was easy. Okay. You have to remember that pattern, that's the only thing that you have to do. And now comes a very obnoxious and annoying part. Again, not too dangerous, well actually sure a bit dangerous, but not too scary. Does it even work? It glows. Yes, it opens, okay. We have this, we have to take this guy over here. Follow me, please. As far away as we can go. Because he will only disturb us in the upcoming section. And we do not want that. We need to be careful here. because fireballs again. Save the game and try to do that. Okay, we have to go over here, and what we're actually supposed to do is this torch should kill all the flames and fireballs. Maybe it does, maybe it does not, maybe we'll die. And this can happen from time to time, that you just die here. This thing really has to take out all the fireballs. Actually all the fireballs, but eventually this will not happen. It only has to take out a few, so that we are able to hit this floor plate and light up some torches. I think we have enough though. And then we have to step on this until it turns this color. So let's see. I think we have. No, we are not. Ah, yeah, we are. Okay. Now we can open the portcullis. Hopefully. What are you doing here? Ah, finally. Very nice. Finally, it works. Okay, pretty cool. Actually, pretty cool. And I have to go this way, and I have to go this way. And that is right. But I have to open the door. I always forget that. I'm always one step ahead, a little bit. So I have to do this, I have to do that. I have to go this way. I have to avoid getting attacked here. And I have to avoid losing track on my direction. Because I have to make sure to run in the same direction. This looks pretty promising so far. Was not too bad. And we're almost done here with this dungeon. Almost done here. Plate. Still some stuff to do. And one trap that we have to avoid. But it's very easy to do that. Where are we? Still... Wait a minute, I have to go this way, I believe. Sure. Nope. That's not, that's right. Okay, that's completely right. To go this way, this is this part, that's this part, okay. Completely lost here because I do not know the layout. I cannot remember the layout. I have to... No, that's right so far. I have to enter that. I have to check. I have to. This was the thing I missed. Was that? And I have to go this way, and I'm out of here, and I have to go this way. I believe. That looks promising. Now, the door behind us closes. We have to wait here until the flame disappears. That's the trap I was talking about, and we can. Go. Nope, it's the wrong direction. I have to flee. I have to take this door. Let's see if I can do that. I can still do that. I think I have to go north. All the way up to the doors. And then I can go all the way back, all the way up north until I reach a point where we find a statue of this god that they are worshipping, which is called Camulos, which is also the guy we are about to kill in a short time. Shortly. Yeah, that is what I'm talking about, and I have to do something before we do that. Okay, so we have to do that. We have to do that. Nice. And we have to be sure to do that. I think the speed amulet does not do anything. We have to... Yeah, it doesn't do anything, I believe. We have to do that. And we have to exit, and we have to save the game before we enter that fight. Ooh, I'm pretty excited now. Let's try and do that and try to beat a god. This run is pretty slow, but yeah, I had to do this one part twice, so that's the problem. But I can still finish the run, I believe. There's not too much that can go wrong right now. It turns out that Kunak is actually not on our side, not completely. He was following his own goals. He wanted to take revenge on this guy. She uses Thorn Snare. And they cast their magic, and we will try to kill that thing. Eventually. The only problem is that he has 650 hit points, I believe. And this is not what we want to see. So now we do not have Melters to cast spells. We can defeat him anyway. So he's now trapped, which is nice. Normally we would have Melters around to cast spells as well, but not this time, because he cast some spell. Normally when you advance the... I did do that, yes. Normally when you advance the party, you will force him to use... Hopefully we have enough potions. I'm not sure. Let's try and beat him. So yeah, normally you are supposed to do that in order for him to kind of manipulate him a little bit, to attack Drill or Harriet with a melee attack with a sword. But yeah, somehow it didn't work. So let's see if we can still kill him eventually. It will take some time. It will take a lot of time to kill that guy. Let's take a blue potion. I do not have to use any of these potions anymore. It's the only occasion where I have to do that. Okay, Tom is running out of cartridges. Now we just have to wait. Unfortunately, we cannot revive Melters, because in a battle you cannot do that. You really have to wait for the battle to be over. I could just reload and start the fight over, but well, I don't want to do that right now. I think I can still beat that. I think I can still beat him. It will just take a little bit of time to do that. Okay, finally. We killed a god, everybody. So now we have everything that we need. Both of the knowledges, spell scrolls, no, not spell scrolls, the knowledge scrolls. And now we can perform a very, very useful spell that creates a magical artifact that is called the Seed. Also, we do not want to have Kunak in the party anymore. Goodbye. And we want Harriet to lead because we have to get back to the Kontos to give them our acquired knowledge that we just got, and we want them to create the seed for us. This magical artifact that I was talking about, the seed, is able to actually perform something that turns the Toronto into something else. And this is what we want to do. We want to infiltrate the Toronto again for the final time. And yeah. Thanks for letting me know. That's very cool. The run is over anyway. Let me do that. Okay. Thanks for the reminder. Good job. So we have to talk to Joe. Where is he? Ah, here he is. We need you. No. That's not Joe. No, that's not Joe. I want to talk to Joe, please. Yes, I need you. Yeah. Where are we? Here we are. Going back to Toronto again and finishing the game with a very bad time again, but yeah, the problem was that I had to do a very stupid part twice. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter anymore. I can do better in the next run. Let's head back to the rock tunnel and go through that and be good to go. I think most of my time I lost on the Indrino, where I had to try and get that fear encounter after the chest with the blue light staffs. But for some reason it didn't work. They kind of got stuck in the wall. Oh, drill is not. Please get away and fix that real quick. Yeah, that was a problem. I really had to try that over and over again, and it kind of didn't work. It was really hard to get that encounter actually, because I always got the Warniacs and the animals and stuff like that. But in the end I finally got it, and I had to restart the run. But I refused to do that. I just reloaded the file from, well, I think the game crashed somewhere in Sri Malinar or something like that, and I refused to restart the run entirely, so I decided to I'm scared of this part, that's why I saved. Okay, I think I can do that. The problem was that the game just crashed. The same thing that you mentioned last time, that the game crashed for you in the same spot, basically. So that happened to me, and twice. In the first run I had to restart completely. yeah, on the second time I refused to do that, so I had to do all that stuff again. Well, with me. Okay. That was a problem. I reloaded the file that I took, the save file that I took when I just opened the chest with the blue light staffs, and that was, yeah, that was a huge time save. Yeah, I had to replay all that Belloveno and Mini stuff, and yeah, that's basically the point. Where is this? Ah, here we go. Come on, yes. Here. So yeah, that took a lot of time, so... But I had no other chance. Instead, I could have reloaded a file. Reloaded not the file, but the entire run. Restarted the entire run, but I didn't want that. So... Come on. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So now, at this point, I just want to finish the run, and yeah, that's it. Did I forget to manipulate the thing? I think so. This is going to be a very terrible run. Okay, I could have... Maybe I could have been finished in under 3 hours, but not like this. What is happening? Where am I even? I took the wrong... Yeah, that's not what I want to know. Okay, I'm completely lost. Let me figure out where I have to go, and then I can finish the game. Maybe. Okay. Okay, this is a known part. Okay, now we are here again. Then I have to do that again. Basically, yes, that's right. And we have to go in here again. Very nice. That's what I was missing. So, it's exactly the point where I was playing dumb. Okay, not a big deal. We can do this. We can do this. If I can hit the right directions and stuff, I think I can still do this. Okay. At least I remember where I have to go. Okay, leave. So it's not too far away. The end of the game is not too far from here. If I manage to get the last dialogue correct against the security people. So obviously you can avoid getting attacked by these guys, but well, not this time, not like this. So, wait a minute. Ah, here we are. So, the funniest part, I really want to save because I can die here. Ooh, that was close. Well... Can I finish the run with only these people? This is something new, yeah. This is something new now. Can I manage to do that? No, they are too slow. Wow, Meltos was able to run away. Please, 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 just please, just please. Okay. You are right. You are completely right. I do not know if it's necessary to have your entire party at the last boss fight, but I clicked use magic. I did. Nope, it doesn't work, as you can see. I don't have a chance now. I have to try it, or I don't know. I don't know what else to do. I think I can remember the pattern now. Basically, it's this and that. Let's see. You know what? I can do this. Yes. I already thought about that, I think. Basically at the same time as... No. Yeah, okay. We're so close. Okay. A little bit slower than my last run. But with the new strats, but with new mistakes. Let's calm for a moment. 2, 2, 1. One. I remembered. Ah, okay, yeah. You're right. I get revived anyway. Okay. So, it's basically better or faster to just let the little robots kill your entire party except Dro or something, and just, yeah, to be faster and escaping from everything also. No, of course not. You need Joe. Yeah, of course you need Joe. Maybe you can give Joe the speed amulet, so maybe that's an option. Oh, I have to do that. Our last chance, and we are done. Pretty cool. It's just 1 minute. It was just 1 minute slower with this huge mistake, so not too bad, I would say. I think the new strategy will really pay off. No response. Yay, finish run. This was a stupid one. And a very unfortunate one. Because 2 times the game just crashed. Actually, the first time it crashed in Sri Malinar and I reloaded. And I started over. Completely new. Did a completely new run. And the second time it crashed in Kontos dungeon. So Mani is kind of cursed, I would say. And everyone is arrived again. The end. Pretty cool.